Good evening, everyone. Julie here, and this video is the 50 states of America, the people, the places, the history. I got this box set at Books A Million, and it has flashcards in a book, so we learn a little bit about each state. America's huge, has some wonderful states, lots of beauty in this country, and I can't imagine living anywhere else. Today, we are visiting Idaho. So let's jump right in and get started. Idaho joined the Union July 3rd, 1890. But Pamela Sue Martin said, "But living in the mountains of Idaho and having retreated from fame, I am more in tune with life." And that's the front of the card. Okay. The abbreviation for Idaho is ID. The nickname is the Gem State. The animal symbol is an Appaloosa horse. I had one of those when I was a teenager. The population is 1.8 million. The area is 83,570 square miles. The time zone is the Mountain Standard Time Zone. The state order, it's the 43rd state to enter the Union, and the capital is Boise. And this is what the back of the card looks like. Now let's get straight to the reading on Idaho. This is going to be a short one. But first let me show you the picture. Shoshone Falls are sometimes called the Niagara of the West. At 212 feet, they're 45 feet higher than Niagara Falls. These are beautiful. I'd love to see that. Isn't that gorgeous? I hope you can see it good on there. Okay, so let's get straight to the reading here. Idaho isn't about cities or even people. It's about mountains, rivers. There are 3,100 miles of them, more than any other state. Lakes, spectacular waterfalls, and magnificent forests, containing the largest natural wilderness in the lower 48 states. Idaho is a delight for tourists and residents alike. The state also has a particular affinity for potatoes. It is responsible for a third of all the spuds grown in the USA. Well, I can get on board with them. I love potatoes. It is known as the Gem State because it is said to contain every known gemstone, including the star garnet, a very rare stone that has only ever been found in Idaho and India. It's also notable for having the furthest inland seaport in the U.S., Lewiston, which is navigable from the Pacific Ocean via a 465-mile network of locks along the Columbia and Snake Rivers. Snake River is the largest river in Idaho, rising in Yellowstone National Park and carving its way through the deepest gorge in the country at 7,933 feet deep, Hell's Canyon, and cascading over the spectacular Shoshone Falls. Wilderness. Covering 2.3 million acres, 3,700 square miles of Idaho is the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness Area, the largest unbroken wilderness area in the USA, consisting mostly of coniferous forest. Its chief feature is the Salmon River, which offers thrilling whitewater rafting and one of the only forms of motorized transportation allowed into the area, jet boat, the other being airplane. The absence of roads makes this a haven for rare wildlife, of which Idaho has plenty. Mountain lions, coyotes, black bears, red foxes, gray wolves, bighorn sheep, mountain goats, elk, moose, deer, and the list goes on. There is also an abundance of fish in the lakes and rivers, including salmon, which swim up the Snake River from the ocean to breed. For thousands of years, these fish were the staple diet of the indigenous people of the area, the Shoshone and the Nez Perce, the latter of whom were given their name, meaning pierced nose, by French-Canadian fur trappers who were the first white explorers in the area. The Appaloosa horse, the state horse of Idaho, is the Appaloosa with its distinctive spotted coat. was brought over by Spanish settlers in the 1700s and embraced by the Nez Perce people in the northwest of the country. Mining and forestry. European settlement came relatively late to Idaho, with the first fur trading post, Kalispell House, set up in 1809, and the first community of any note being established at Lewiston in 1861. Lewiston became the first capital of Idaho Territory in 1863, but held that position for just 3 years before it was moved to Boise, further south, when gold was discovered nearby. Metal mining was the primary industry until Idaho's admission as the 43rd state on July 3rd, 1890, after which paper and timber production, as well as agriculture, particularly potatoes, took off. Today, the state relies heavily on science and technology in addition to all the tourists who come to take in the beautiful scenery. Idaho has over 100 named mountain ranges and a mean elevation of 5,000 feet above sea level. It's the highest summit in Bora Peak, or its highest summit is Bora Peak at 12,662 feet, which grew an extra 7 feet in 1983 as the result of a huge earthquake. And that's all they have on Idaho. That sounds beautiful. Definitely making it on my bucket list. I love anything where there's beauty and everything. So, what do you think about today's reading? Are any of you from Idaho? Because I want to know some secret spots there. I would love to go visit. It's funny, we had one Appaloosa horse. And all the horses we had, a quarter horse, actually 2 quarter horses, an Appaloosa and a paint and 2 ponies. So when I was growing up. And then when I became a teenager, and my brother and I grew up, and we didn't have time. I had college and didn't have time to take care of them, so like I should. So we sold the last of them, and that was it. Although I miss having horses, but they are a lot of work. But they were beautiful, wonderful creatures. But that's it. That's the reading for tonight. I hope you liked it. I know that I'm not a perfect reader, but I try my best, and I really enjoy learning about the 50 states because there's just so much here in America. I didn't know about Shoshone Falls, so that's something I would love to see. It'll depend on if I ever get to go, whether there's a long hike to get to it with my knees. I don't know if I could, and that's my biggest problem right now, is that my knees hamper everything. I had the meniscus surgery, the scope to fix that. I tore both sides of my left knee, and I have a slight tear in my right knee, but I have severe arthritis in both of them. So that takes a lot out of hiking. I can't do long distances without great pain. So I also think I have a little bit in my back as well. So, but that's the thing I love about Tennessee. You can go drive through Cades Cove, and you can see some stuff that's not a far hike from where you can park and everything like that. And Roaring Fork, there's just so many beautiful places to see up there. And then in Branson, it was awesome because you had the Dogwood Canyon that you could do the tram tour, and like the top of the rock where you could do the golf court and see some beautiful stuff. So I hope some more places will get things like that. That way, those of us who have some disability, and as you get older, you can't move around as much like that. And me being definitely middle-aged now, it's more the middle age, getting to the more senior part of life, it's harder to get around and see those beautiful places. So I hope they make it more accessible for people who have knee issues and back issues, where they can at least make it, there's sidewalks and stuff like that where it's easier, boardwalks or something where it's easier for people to get to it. But I guess I'm gonna let y'all go. I don't want to bore y'all with simple talk. don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things. And please let me know if you know of any great places to visit in Idaho. What's on your bucket list, anything. Just let me know you were here and say hi. I thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to check out the other videos. This isn't the only kind. We're doing the Bible recap. We're reading the Bible in a year in chronological order. I sell Avon, so there's Avon videos. We order Temu a lot. Lost my train of thought. So there's that. There's child advocacy videos, wonderful videos that everybody should watch. You want to know how to keep your children safe. Travel videos from the places I have gone. And just anything else I can think of to make a video on. So I hope y'all will join in the fun. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And I will see you in the next video. Good night.